Okay, I'm on to the next step in this process. What I did not show on video is I did 2 more coats of the airbrush paint on all these pieces, and then I felt like this tooling is just not sticking out enough, so I kind of regret this, but I went in there. I have poured so much money into this project, and I didn't want to pour more for like my starter project. And see, you know, if I love this, then sure, I'll pour more money into more projects, but I just, you know. So what I did was I went in with a toothpick, but I don't know. It actually, you know, I'm still not sure if that was a good idea or not, and I don't even know if I got everywhere with just what I did. I didn't have an antiquing finish, but I really thought about buying it. I just did like the pure dye. I dipped a toothpick in there, wearing gloves. Oh, and by the way, the next day the purple was like off of my hands with just hand washing and showering. It wasn't even there anymore, so hey, go figure. So yeah, I did that, but some areas it came out too much, right? Like right there. But I think I'm just gonna go with it, and I'll show the other side too. Yeah. Also, I didn't have the edging paint, so I just used the pure dye with, I think, did I use a paintbrush or did I use one? I think I might have used, I ended up using a spool, like one of those wool spoolies. I'm not sure what they're called, but that's what I'm calling them. Those, you know, those bits of wool on a stick. And I just put it over all the edges, make it hopefully look nicer. It kind of looks intense in some areas, but I don't know how visible that'll be anyway, or hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it looks uniform on the side. But that's where that's at. And I actually really like the finish. I think it feels really nice right now. It doesn't seem to be coming off on my hands. That is the one con that I read, though, about airbrushing, is that it's more likely to come off. And really, I think I would prefer a matte finish, kind of like how this is already, versus the, I think it's called Super Shene that I bought. I will show that in a moment. But again, I didn't want to invest so much money into a new hobby, you know, beyond until I've at least done the first project to see if I like it. And I guess technically I finished that patch, and that was really awesome. But you know, I'm trying this. You know, this is really the different kind of experimental thing that I'm trying, which, I mean, all of this has been done before in some ways. The way I'm doing it, I haven't seen it done all together like this, like not with the tooling on a purse. Again, I'm sure if I dug deeper into YouTube or the internet, I would find it, but I have not. As far as I know, I am the first one trying this, which again, apologies if that's not true. If you have done a YouTube of this or have done it, please comment below. I would love to see what you've done. Or if you're a big YouTuber and you're going to make a thing, can you please give me credit? It would be really cool if I could invest in a GoPro or something like that. And I'll be less long-winded, I promise. I'm going to pause this, go get the Super Shene, but first I'm going to rub it with this. And my understanding is what that does is it gets any debris off. I think that's what it does. I think that's why they suggest that we do that. Oh, and also you may recognize that these are actually brown paper bags that I'm using to cover this table. Also, I've shaken any debris and dust off of there as best I could before I laid these things back down, because these have been inside because it rained here, and I don't want the rain to go sideways. Okay. All right, so I went over all the leather with this soft cloth. This is just, I think I got this with jewelry or from possibly with a pair of glasses. You know, I'm not sure exactly what kind of soft cloth, but this is I'm not sure if it's microfiber or what, but it's one of those things that you can kind of like clean off any smudges without adding, without making scratches. And I don't know exactly if that's what I'm supposed to be using, but that's what I went with. And again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so none of this, I don't have any final, I obviously don't have any final thoughts yet. Like I shared, the one I do so far is I kind of have some regrets about going in, gosh, I went over it, but there's still, it seems like there's debris, about going into the tooling with the toothpick. Maybe I'll change my mind about my regret. Because, I mean, even like looking with my naked eye and through the lens of the phone camera, it's definitely more defined than it was with just the airbrushing. Although certainly some parts I did not get. Like it looks like here I got mostly here down, but I somehow didn't get up there. But I mean, I'm kind of saying good enough. Yeah, and I'm also was debating what tool to use for the Super Shene. Oh, okay. Let me talk about this for a second in case someone didn't get this from elsewhere. But I already knew this about paint. Like there's probably a better word for it. Shinier it is, or the higher the gloss, the more on the outside, the more resilient it is. But, sometimes matte looks better. And I think for leather, I would prefer more matte. But again, I didn't want to invest more money. So I went with the products that Clever Someday recommended, just because I'm like, okay, this first thing, meaning that cool Van patch, I'm like, I'm going to do it right. So I'm using this. I'm using this on the project. Also, if anyone who actually saw my videos before, I shared that I had bought a really neat leather bag on Amazon. It was purple and it had tooling of roses, which wouldn't normally necessarily be my thing, but it was really beautiful. But it arrived and it had gold hardware, and paying over $100 for something that has an aspect about it that I don't love wasn't worth keeping to me. So I returned it. And when I decided I wanted to try to make a leather bag myself, I was like, how about purple with a rose tooling in it? And we'll see how that goes. So, and that actually had pretty high sheen finish. So I don't know. Let's see how this goes. If it goes well, I will try the matte, but I'm going to try this for now. And I actually couldn't find, I think I purchased this for this project. I don't remember if it was for something else, but it's never been used. And then this has barely been used, and one of my children ripped it in half. And I just watched a Tandy video. It looked more like they were using this, but I don't know. I'm going to be wearing gloves either way, and I just have a feeling that this will leave more even strokes. I think I'm going to put on gloves and try to film for the first time. These I didn't finish. These are pieces of the bag that are actually not going to be visible. These are used in the handle for structure, and this is in the bottom for structure. I guess it's visible when you look into the bag, and that is neat when you look into a bag and see a flash of a neat contrasting color or pattern, but I'm not that slick yet, so I'm just gonna kind of keep it simple for now. But I don't know if it's better if this is finished or not, but I figured if I royally screw up, it should be on a piece that I'm not even gonna have visible. So I think I'm gonna try this on here, and I think I'm gonna go this way at first, and then the other way, and then this way. I don't know. Let's just see. All right. Well, this is a challenge. Okay. Here we go. Oh, shh. Come on, buddy. This is not easy to do while I'm holding a phone. So sorry, I may not be able to film this part. Okay, I finished this piece. I just kind of kept going back and forth till it looked pretty even. As you can see, the color might have slightly changed. Okay, so I just went over all 4 of these. I went back and forth and I tried to get the sides. It was like 1 stroke each way. And interestingly, it does seem like the purple is kind of coming off a smidge. So that's interesting. All right, I think I'm going to end the video now. I'll get the rest of this. So yep, at this point, I didn't do these because these are literally going to be like in the handle. So I don't think it's a good priority of resources. But this bottom that is kind of going to be exposed, like because like it'll be at the bottom of the inside. I did go ahead and finish that. And I've finished these, and again, it does, I don't know, it's interesting. It seems like the purple has come off a little bit. All right, I'm going to get the rest of these.